All right, you guys, it's about to happen. Come on. This is Robert Ferguson, and we are going to share some good information with you. If you want motivation, if you're lacking motivation, but you want to turn that around, come on. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to give you some psychology on all of this, okay? So I want you to stay with me. I want you to stay with me on this. Stay with me on this. Stay with me on this. And, oh, man, come on. It's only going to get better, you guys. You follow me? Now, if you're catching me live, I want you to do me a favor and let me know who you are. And I want you to let me know where you're checking in from. Are you in the United States? Are you in Canada? Are you in Ireland? Minneapolis? Minnesota? What's up? Atlanta, Georgia? Let me know where you are, you guys. We're about to get this party started. Oh, I'm so excited. I really am. Are you ready? And bring it down. What's up, everybody? Whenever I do that, I think of Lacey Green. Big shout out to Lacey Green, because Lacey is a person of high motivation. She's got the motivation. She's fully inspired. And you know what? We're at a place now where we can all benefit from that. Now, before I dive in, let me quickly say that this share that I'm about to share is brought to you by our Detox Drop. You can learn more about it if you go to our store. The Detox Drop is for anybody who wants to get like a jump start on where they are when it comes to their overall health, whether you want to jumpstart your weight loss, whether you want to jumpstart your blood sugar, whether you want to jumpstart your blood pressure, if you want to like bring down uric acid, if you're dealing with gout, if you have inflammation concerns, the Detox Drop is something that can benefit all of us. Now, the topic of discussion today is motivation. Now, I want you guys to hear me on this, okay? I really want you to hear me on this. And the reason why I'm saying I want you to hear me on motivation is because a lot of people are motivated when they first start losing weight or getting healthy. They're not missing that at all. But for those of you who get what I'm saying, you know what I'm talking about. You can be motivated in the very beginning, and then that motivation fades. You could be motivated in the very beginning, and then that motivation fades. I have an entire program called Motivation for Life. I make it fully available for free. If you want access to it, you just got to log into our site, or you can send an email to my assistant, Lori, Lori, at dietfreelife.com and say, Lori, I just email her and say, give me access to the Motivation for Life. It's free. It's a 41-day program. And there's a lot of tools in there, because oftentimes when we want to lose weight or we start a program, we lose motivation. We get distracted. I mean, I'll work with someone who's motivated and take them on as a client, and then they will get in their own way, and they'll allow other people to get in, mess up things, and then they're off. Or they'll go on a trip and then they're off. And then they're embarrassed because they gained a couple pounds, and they don't know how to be humble like a real warrior, like a real champ, and reach out to their coach when they're not feeling their best and say, I need help. I'll never forget one day when I met Les Brown, very famous motivating individual. And Les Brown said, and this is out there, I've heard him say it in his seminars, but he shared it with me, that just get going. And my motivation as a coach will carry you until your motivation kicks in. And that's what I'm talking about. Until your motivation kicks in. Sometimes we all benefit from that. I've been a coach my entire life. As a little kid growing up in the neighborhood, I was a coach as a martial art instructor, coached thousands of people. I've coached people to become Olympians. I've coached people to become pro athletes, become world champions, to make it on local level, to the big show. I've done it for myself and I've done it for others. I coach coaches to be better at coaching. Oh, I get motivation. I get it. Now I'm gonna show a video. I want you guys to watch this video. I want you to stay with me. I'm not gonna keep you too long, but I'm telling you, if you're lacking motivation, or you know someone is lacking motivation, or they're looking for inspiration, or they're being challenged, I want you to come back to this video and watch it. Because I'm gonna play a video for you. And I'm gonna talk about it as we go through it. Now, you can see on the picture there, that's Sylvester Stallone when he did the very first Rocky movie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play it because there's a part in the first movie, my favorite part. I have it on my phone. I look at it when I have days where I feel defeated or I feel challenged. And I'm going to share this with you. And I'm going to give a little commentary around it because there's power in it. So don't think about boxing. Don't think about it's a love story. I just want you to look at this one part of the movie. Now, keep in mind, it starts off with him just finding out that he's going to get a shot at fighting for the world championship. This guy lives by himself. He has a kind of beat up apartment. He's exhausted. He's not in shape. This is the first day. Okay, this is the first day. Let's take a look.
It's only about 28 degrees. We'll check that forecast in just a minute. I feel very mischievous, very weird, very... Well, the thing is, I got vinyl seats in my car. When I hit those seats this morning, I tell you, I just went, whoo! I figured if I'm up, everybody in the Delaware Valley should be up. You agree with me? I mean, it's 3 minutes past 4 in the morning. What else are you going to do? It's there.
Okay, now some of you know what's about to happen. But the part I want you to get is when that alarm clock went off, the last thing he wanted to do was get up. He did not want to get up. He was tired. Now he walks over to the fridge. We know what's about to happen. And for those of you who didn't watch this, let's watch it. And then I'll commentate on it. And then we'll go to the finale of what I want you to get from this. Okay?
Hello? Good morning, Mrs. Kramer. This is Don Cannon, WIBG Philadelphia. How are you this morning?
Huh?
This is Kramer.
Good. Oh, I think you have a lot of call me at this hour in the morning. Goodbye.
Me and Mrs. Kramer are up, and it's a good morning. Boy, I tell you, I need something to struggle with. 28 degrees. It's cold out there. Well, we deserve it. We've been getting away with murder for the last couple of weeks. Our high today could possibly be... That's it. Tonight, we'll back down to the 20-degree range, a little colder in the suburbs, and tomorrow, with a little...
Okay. Most people, when they watch this, all they can think about was Rocky consuming the eggs. It's not about that. Stay with me here. I'm gonna share this with your kids. I've done this with my kids. He wakes up. It was hard as hell to get up. Yes, he drinks the eggs. Okay, and everybody focus on that. No, I focus on the fact that it was hard to get up because he's getting up earlier than he wants to get up. No, who wants to get up like that? I find myself doing that. I'm the only one at the track. I don't want to be there. I'm not smiling and all happy and skipping to be there. But you do what you must do to get what you really want. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's keep it going. We're almost there at the finale.
little bit of luck, we may hit 40 somewhere, but it's 28, it's awfully chilly. Make sure you have it bundled up before you bring it out.
I love this part, by the way. I love this part. Nobody else is up but him. Just him. Old beat up sweatsuit, Converse shoes, high tops. But you gotta start somewhere, if you know what I'm saying. You gotta start somewhere. And then you begin the journey. And as you begin that journey, whether it's losing weight or getting in better shape, it sucks and it's tough in the beginning. He's all alone. I get tear up when I look at this part because I know what that feels like. And I know many of you know what that feels like when you want to lose weight or you want to be healthier. It's tough. And we all know where it eventually goes. Everybody's screaming and cheering for him. But he's on his jog. I'm almost to the part where I'm going to end it and I'll close it out. He ain't sprinting through the city by himself with people behind him. Look at him struggle up these stairs. Come on. This is real. And I know what you guys feel when you first start. He can't even do it all the way. Grabbing his side, he got a stitch in there. You know what I'm saying? This is what it's all about, you guys. Some of us gotta just get started. Now I want you to keep in mind, not only did he get started, but fortunately he had a coach. He had somebody in his corner. I don't understand why everybody doesn't get a coach. If you can afford, why wouldn't you have a coach? Everybody, you don't gotta be my client. Get a damn coach. Someone that's gonna help you all the way. They're gonna be there for when you can't even make it up the damn steps. That's what I'm talking about. That's real. And I want you guys to hang on to what I just shared because it gets tough. I was talking to one of my clients today and I was sharing with her that one time my mom said to me, son, I don't want to die in my fat. And I remember going like, what do you mean by that? And my mom basically said, I want to win at this because she had struggled losing weight her whole life. Her entire life, she struggled with trying to lose weight. And you know what? She was able to do it. We can all do it. It's not just about the vanity, but you got to keep focused and don't let things that are going to sway you or distract you to get in. You can get motivated. You can get motivation. It's there for all of us. But you're going to need to push through. And sometimes you got to delete people, conditions, situations out of your life. Otherwise, you're not going to win. The best part about losing weight or improving your health is that you can win. That is the best part. The best part is that we can all 100% win. Everybody can win when it comes to losing weight and in being as healthy as possible. It's only those people who choose to get in their own way, whether it's a lack of humility, whether it's help me. I don't get it. And some things are not to be gotten. But what I can tell you is that we can all win. And you can do it in a way where it makes sense. Now, there's a lot of minds out there. I'm talking about a minefield. Because there's a lot of people who talk real confident and they can sway you and talk you into doing things a certain way. I'll give you 3 examples and then I'll end it. Okay? Here's number 1. And tell me if you guys, if anybody can identify with this one, I would be impressed. A woman decides to get me as a coach or to get someone else as a coach. We start off on the right track. Once a week, I have a coach call with my clients. We're making progress. Then I get a phone call or an email or a text, and this woman, who's my client, decides that she doesn't want to continue and, doesn't really give me any reason why. And I go, hey, out of respect, it's your time, it's your money. I think we have momentum. I suggest against it. But, I got to respect her. That's her decision. Fast forward 6 months later, this same woman calls me. And what happened? I find out that her husband didn't want her having a coach. So she ended it. Didn't tell me why, just ended it. He didn't like her spending time talking to a guy, to me. Now, maybe it would have been different if it was a woman coach. I don't know. But you have those types of lifestyle conflicts that show up as what we call competing intentions. My client had the intentions of being successful and had me as her coach. She also has an intention to stay married. And eventually those two intentions, they competed with each other. And one has to win. So she decided that my relationship with my husband has got to win because I don't need this conflict with him giving me a hard time because I'm making time to talk to my coach. This is real life. It's not just about knowing what to eat and knowing what not to eat. You got to bring in the whole lifestyle, the whole entire lifestyle. There's a lot of controlling men out there. There's a lot of controlling women out there, and they make it really difficult for some people to eat better and to lose weight and to live their best and healthiest life. And sometimes you just got to put your foot down. You got to fight for what's right. Another example would be how people get in their own way. Now, when I say that, what does that mean? Let's say you have a woman named Pam, and Pam starts working with a coach. My goal was not to make it all about coaching, by the way, but that's what's in my head right now. But Pam gets with a coach, and everything is going well. 2-3 months goes well. And then Pam misses an appointment. Next thing you know, Pam decides she's done. And she's going to try something else, or she's going to go, even though she knows deep down inside what she was doing was working. So she goes in a whole different direction. So she cancels. Again, 6 months goes by. End up running into this Pam lady. Pam, how you doing? She goes, hey, I'm sorry I stopped. Hey, I was good. Well, we find out that she had gained a couple pounds. She was trying to get the weight off before she called or had her next coaching call. She was so embarrassed because she had gained some weight. And in her mind, which is a controlling type of issue, this is all psychology, she decided she didn't want to schedule another coach call because she wasn't making progress and it would be a waste of my time. It is not her job to dictate what's a waste of my time. But that's a controlling feature she may not even know about herself, but it probably shows up in other areas of her life. And because of that control thing that she has, she will block herself from thriving in probably many areas of her life, specifically in this situation. She is not in charge of what I, as the coach, believe is ideal for our coach call. I choose that. Now, I fire some clients because they really are a waste of my time in their own time, and that they're in some weird place where it's just not. But I will let my client know when it ain't working for me. And it has to be really challenging for that to happen. I have clients who they may not lose weight for a while. That's fine. It's not just about weight. That's number 3. Number 3 is not just about weight on the scale. Jeez. People, wake up. It's about reinforcing what you know. It's about checking in. It's about following through. It's about accountability. But yet we keep falling prey to all these people that promise the world, take this supplement, this will work. Oh no, avoid certain food groups and do this, this will work. When does the wisdom set in and a person wakes up as a grown folk and says, I'm going to do it the right way? Well, fortunately, I have a lot of clients that do it the right way. And I'm thankful for them. I'm glad they're in my life. I'm glad I met them. But so many people continue to get in their own way. And the likelihood of them losing weight and being successful is probably not going to happen because of them. It comes down to them. Now, can they change that? Yes, they can. What's the number one way to change that? It's called humility. Humility. One more time, humility. I'm telling you, there's power in being humble. It's power in being humble. Believe it or not, a lot of people have a hard time with that. And I first learned of this in 1991. Well, actually before that, probably 89, 90, when I was doing a lot of work in rape and assault prevention. And I was working primarily with women and helping them experience and establish restoration with their life. Meaning some of them had been molested, some had been stalked, some were dealing with domestic violence, others had been, attacked. And their biggest challenge was they didn't have the humility to ask for help. And that's when I first learned this. And when I transitioned from that world to weight loss, it was so apparent to me. And I'm focusing on women. The same thing is with guys. There's a lot of men that I coach, and they're humble, good, amazing men. I'm telling you. And some of you guys are hearing me talk, and I think the world of you. And I'm usually coaching the husband and the wife. And that says a lot about that man. I'm telling you. If a man is willing to be coached around nutrition and to do this, that speaks volumes on that individual from a humility standpoint, character. It says a lot. Because a lot of men are like, I'm going to do it my way or the highway. I ain't talking no damn coach. But when they're humble, which the best athletes in my life I've met are the most humble. Some of the toughest men walking the planet as far as fighters in MMA, boxing. I've trained a lot of them, trained with a ton of them. Humble. The ones that aren't humble, there's a great fall. Look at Muhammad Ali, one of the most humble men of all times, but yet when he talked, he could talk. Come on. Get the motivation because it's there for you to get. Get the motivation. If you caught this toward the end, watch the whole thing. If you want to, don't forget, we have a Food as Medicine conference coming up. I forgot to mention it earlier. It's coming up. Get certified. I mean, get signed up ASAP. Okay, it's turning out. It's looking really, really, really good. Everything has come together extremely well, and I want you to take advantage of all the tools and resources and knowledge that's going to be made available, and you will have access to that for eternity. Also, if you're looking to start something new, reach out to us. If you got questions, go to my assistant, Lori, at dietfreelife.com. Don't put it off. Don't put it off putting yourself first, okay? I'm Robert Ferguson. I share because I care. And I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to instill some motivation. And really, watch that clip with Rocky. Man, it says it all. Because sometimes some of you feel alone when you're the only one thinking about the way you eat. You feel alone when you're the only one like really trying to be responsible with your nutrition. You feel alone because the majority of the people around you are just eating this and eating that. They're just reckless. But as my mom said growing up, the sun cannot shine forever and it cannot rain forever. So those people may feel the sun is shining for them, but there will be a damper moment coming. It happens to everybody. And when you're going through it and it's raining and you feel down, it can't last forever. The sun will eventually rise and it will be sunny. The goal here, when I say humility, is roll with it, baby. Roll with it. I'm Robert Ferguson. I share because I care. Until the next one,